ల్యాప్టాప్ తీసుకున్నాను లంచ్ బ్రేక్ డబ్బు ఇచ్చేయాలి డబ్బు చేసి అయితే ఛార్జ్ కూడా పెట్టుకోలేదు
May I request everyone to please come to the hall. We are going to start in 1 minute. Hello, check. Welcome back. Our second session of the 100 Sai Career Path presentations is about to begin. May I request everyone to please take a seat? I request Mrs. Jayashree Nair as the moderator for this session to please come on the stage. Mrs. Jayashree Nair is MA in Counseling Psychology. She is practicing counseling in psychology and she is a trained faculty in Sudha counseling. Please welcome on dais Mrs. Jayashree Nair with a big round of applause as our session moderator. Thank you. May I have the privilege to request Dr. Shipra Gupta to please come on the dais. Dr. Shipra Gupta, as we all know, is a distinguished expert in child development, holding extensive experience as a senior occupational therapist and licensed rehabilitation psychologist. Please give her a big round of applause as we welcome Dr. Shipra Gupta as session chair for this session. Mrs. Jayashree, please come and take the podium. So, warm good afternoon to all of you. So, we begin our session 2 with our invited speaker, Mrs. Vishali Reddy. She is a certified clinical psychologist. She has done her MPhil in clinical psychology. She is certified in prenatal psychology and presently she is working as a wellness manager in Arya Janani Trust. I welcome Mrs. Vishali Reddy. Over to you.
I would first like to thank ma'am for conducting this session. Very wonderful session. About me, I would like to say very few things. My journey began as a lawyer I got in civil court for 18 years, and after that I came into practicing psychology. And then I have taken my, obtained my MPhil degree, and then as a licensed practitioner. During this journey, I happened to meet many organizations, and one such organization which I am representing here is RA Janani. And the whole concept about RA Janani is creating an empowered race. How did that happen? Creating an empowered race is prenatal psychology that was introduced in the whole term coined. Anybody say this one? The term coined by Dr. Verney, a psychiatrist. Thank you. Dr. Verney, a psychiatrist, who said that whatever the mother goes through during the pregnancy, whatever she undergoes, experiences that she feels, whether friendly or hostile, it affects the child. And this becomes the character and the nature of the child. This was very interesting, and when we started exploring on this subject, we happened to meet our mentors from Ramakrishna Math Swamis, who has given a lot of material to us to read on our scriptures. Based on that, we have structured this, because we all know how it is. Sorry, it's not. Okay. So, science of mystery of womb is the subject. Prenatal psychology is what the mother undergoes thoughts during the pregnancy. It affects the child directly, and that becomes the character of the child. And the whole journey of 9 months is the classroom for the child to learn the experience, because by 6 months the child can listen, can taste, can feel. And when mother can feel, the child can also feel, and those feelings what my child is having will affect the nurturance of the child, and the parenting begins there. So this is what was said by Dr. Verney, and we all know how we are seeing different types of problems in the society with regard to mothers during pregnancy, stressful journey, they don't have proper career, they are chasing the careers, and when they are pregnant, by the time they are pregnant, they are completely stressed out, and they don't have emotional connect and bonding with the child. When they don't have emotional contentment, that is what we are seeing may be one of the reasons of autism and also ADHD and many other disorders that we are seeing in the child, because there is no nurturance, proper nurturance that is happening. Now, what to do with this? So, what we have found is everything we found in our scriptures. Based on that, we have structured therapy for mothers, which we conduct as workshops, 3 hours workshops in Ramakrishna Math, and then we are also now spreading over different districts, and we have connected with government hospitals and all. See, it's not working. So we all know how difficult it is during this period of journey, which is stressful. It affects the child. So what is to be done? What we have done is we have structured it. What is most important during this period is what is happening. It's not. No, it's not working. Okay. So what we have done is normal delivery is another concept which is coming up. For normal delivery, we train mothers for yoga. Then we train mothers for mood swings, and stress is more common during pregnancy. So what we do is we teach them relaxation, pranayam, relaxation, and then music, which brings the most important element, where technique where mothers can come down to a calm down state of mind once they listen to music. Next, and we have one more thing which is very unique in our sessions is we tell stories. When mothers are listening to the stories, just like Abhimanyu's story, we all know, the mental map of the child is created. Instead of just scrolling through the cell phones or not getting connected to this and being the social media, TV serials or magazines and listening to all these things, may affect the child in many ways. So we introduce storytelling, and apart from that, we all know how meditation helps. Alpha wave are increased during the meditation, and that helps mother to calm down. Next. So this is what we have also started helpline, because we know how difficult it is for mothers to connect, especially during first time pregnancy. because of many factors that they are undergoing. So at that time, what we do is we just have give a helpline for them. The helpline is open for mostly psychologists. The opportunity for psychologists over here is because of the helpline. Apart from that, only psychologists are there on the helpline, and apart from them, when we are expanding, we need more psychologists. Next, so as of now, around 7,000 and odd mothers we have trained. We have workshops when we conduct almost from 20 to 50 mothers attend these workshops, and then we are they all love to be there, and they enjoy all the elements that we have given to them in those 3 hours. Next. Apart from that, now we are reaching out to different district levels. We have a tie-up with Nilofer Hospital and other government hospitals. Apart from that, next. So this is how we conduct. And when we conduct, we take yoga. We have all experts with us. There is singing, there is yoga, there is PPT presentation on how they have to take care. What is the science behind the secret, or the most important secret about pregnancy, how the womb, how the soul comes in the womb, and how this is coming as a character that is the asset of this country, or even nation, or we can say the world. So we conduct also ashram programs. 3 hours may not be enough, so many mothers keep asking us, can we have something more? So one day night they will spend in the ashrams. From morning to evening, how their lifestyle should be, we just give them all nutritious food, early morning wake up, prayers, meditation, yoga, storytelling, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Ramayana, everything they will get during that period, and then how to be in the nature. Apart from that, we are also connected with Women and Child Development Department, training ASHA workers, training Anganwadi workers, and many other districts where we are getting connected. Next. So this is how our program is going on. As of now, we have conducted in Pyramid Society, we have conducted in Brahma Kumaris, we have conducted in Statue of Equality, and this is what we are doing. Thank you very much. I think given time it's not possible, but I still appreciate. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Prishadi ma'am. It was really insightful, taking care of a life even before its existence, and how we are using psychology to nurture the life even before it comes into existence. Wonderful. I just want to remind the presenters, there is Swarupa. Swarupa, just say hi to them. Session 2 people, just take a note of her. She will be showing the placard where you need to stop. She will be reminding you to take care of your timing so that everybody gets a chance to present and express themselves. So, yeah, that's why I'm just asking them, all of you, take a note of her. You can wave again, Swarupa. Wave your hand. Okay. She will be reminding you of your timings, right? So we'll have our next presenter, Mrs. Sudha. Yes, over to you, Sudha.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. I'm Sudha. Today I am going to share a very personal journey which inspired me to get into the career of psychology. Yeah, I did my textile designing from there, and worked as a textile designer, and ran a boutique in Visakhapatnam. So during that time, my son was diagnosed with autism spectrum. He was in schoolings. He was highly functional and went to regular school. So it was a big shock for us, and we didn't know what to do. So we started exploring and met different mental health professionals and interacted and did lot of therapies. It helped him a lot, And during his journey, it was not easy for any of us. But we kept going for the therapies, for the sessions, non-stop. We used to stay in Vishakhapatnam, so we had to come to Hyderabad every now and then. So the journey kept going on and on. And my son is now in his engineering final year because of the therapies and special. I have to thank all his therapists and rehabilitation centers which he had gone. So during that journey, I developed a very keen interest in mental health and how I can contribute to this profession, as I had seen myself that it has transformed us as a family because we were all affected. One person is not affected in a family, the whole family gets affected when one person is not well in his mental condition. So with this keen interest, I wanted to help and serve the society. But to do so, I needed professional qualification. So for that, I enrolled in IGNO MS Psychology. Then I joined Sudisha Counseling Center for basic counseling skills. And then now I'm enrolled in PG Diploma for Marriage and Family Counseling to enrich my knowledge and help the society. At present, I am working as a visiting counseling psychologist in Sudisha, which gives a great opportunity to visit different schools, organizations, and NGOs, and we have the ability to hone our skills and explore different ways and meet different people, and we have the flexibility to work on our own time and schedule. Uh, I would like to thank Geeta ma'am for giving this opportunity. And when I am talking to the clients and I see the hope in their eyes, I'm really happy that I'm able to contribute to the society, and it gives me a great pleasure. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Sudha. It was wonderful to hear from you. Now, next we have Sita. Namaste all. This is Sita. Yes. So I am presently working as a psychology teacher unexpectedly. So if you see my journey, everything is unexpected. BCom, then unrelated fashion designing, everything, all are unrelated. Don't want to take much time for it. So unknowingly, how I ended up into the psychology, even I don't know. And after coming into psychology, there were so many hurdles, so many disturbance, so many people were stopping me to enter into the field. It was so difficult for me to come inside, but still I made it now. And even which I said unexpected teacher, I don't even like to call by someone as a teacher, but still I'm happy now that people are calling me ma'am or teacher. So I worked in PG college where I used to teach PG hospital management students, life skills trainer, and now I'm working in the school as a psychology teacher. So apart from this, my interest, my passion, where I work with different NGOs, different social works, like a volunteer or other things. Yes, so happy to tell you all that I landed up with a good foundation named as SVR Foundation, and the founder is Miss Sita. I'm really happy. And but as I said, it was not a small thing. There were even my family, my friends who stopped into entering into the psychology field, who were just telling it's nonsense, it doesn't work. And there were a lot of people who discouraged me. You might, it will be difficult to believe you. There were days where I used to listen Geeta Man's classes by sitting in washroom of my office. So I did not have chance to listen her classes also, but I don't want to skip her classes. So I used to sit in the washroom of my office, plug in earphones and listen her classes. So, and even she doesn't knew because I used to tell her all the stories that my camera is not working, internet is not, my laptop doesn't have cameras. One day I even said that. So finally, but with her help, I moved very forward. I can't even imagine that now I'm in this stage. It's all because of her. The first step who was there always to me. So in my life, just I wanted to share you, like there were closed doors for me. Then she came forward and even other mentors came forward. If door is closed, no problem. Let's open the window. Window is also closed later due to my relationships or my family concerns. So even the window was locked very tight, but no, I did not stop there. With all my well-wishers who were there to support me, I just broke the walls of my room and I came out. Thank you. So not only me, we all face those all concerns, we all come through many struggles. My only request is let's everything come and stop us, but let's all break the walls of our myths, hurdles, our problems and move forward. What do you all say? Yes. And yes. Yes. Sure. Let's break everything and move forward. We are only one who can support us. We are only one who knew ourselves. So let's come out from all these things. Thank you. So nice and inspiring, and we were like missing the track of the time. It was so inspiring to break everything, to cross your hurdles. Good. Next we have Shilpa. Mrs. Shilpa, over to you.
So, good afternoon to everyone. I wouldn't go in deep about my life story because I could see a part of me in everyone's story, the presenters who have then presented it. So, just in short, my dad wanted me to become a doctor. When I grew up, I realized that I would do good if I become a chartered accountant. But I had inherited a lot of love for art and craft from my mother. And there was an environment of art and craft which was created by my mother at home, because she was an artist and was teaching everyone. So I started working after my marriage. Most of my education was done after my marriage, and in 2015 I came to know about art therapy. It was always behind my head that I want to explore that area. But when I went and I read about it, I realized that in India we do not have any proper course where I can become an art therapist. So I gave up the idea and I moved forward, started exploring art in all different ways. So I became a freelancer and started working with different sectors like schools, colleges, started giving art and craft classes over there. And then again, still that art therapy, Kira was biting me inside that I need to get there. And I met Geeta Challa in 2018 through my friend. And that was the phase, that was the turning point of my life where I realized that there is also the other way of becoming an art therapist, that is through counseling. You don't have to necessarily do MA in art therapy. So I started my journey. I started learning from her about the basic skills which a counselor should have, because I've seen many counselors do counseling but they really don't know how to do counseling and they do more harm than doing good to people. So after that, I had joined my master's in psychology from IGNOU, and then slowly things went on. I did my diploma in art therapy from Asha ma'am. And after that, I was talking to a friend of mine, and she told me that there is a master's course started in India, in MIT Pune. That is when I came to know about masters in art therapy in India, and I joined that. So this is my journey. And currently, I'm working as an art therapy practitioner under Geeta ma'am's guidance. And I'm doing my internship also with Rainbow Hospital. I also work as a counseling psychologist. And I'm a mixed media artist. I've completed 2 gallery shows, one in Hyderabad and in London. And
I've also started running an art and craft diploma course for ladies because I realized when you're working in school, you really don't need masters in painting or MFA. All they want you to have some skills in art and craft and you can work in the school. So to give it a proper career, this thing I've started the course and the factors and motivations which were helped me in pursuing this was the experience which I had, and I had seen the healing power of art, that how it really helps the person. You really don't need to have words to express your pain or get rid of it. You really need to have that desire to overcome your problem. And as the previous presenter said, that there are going to be obstacles. Life is never easy. We will all face different or the other kinds of obstacles. So you have to overcome it, that power is in you, and you need to realize what is working good for you to overcome that. And this painting is done by me where I have said that stop doubting yourself, work hard and make it happen. So when you want to move forward, things and God will definitely help you. And thank you, ma'am. I just want to thank everyone and also my family members and gratitude to Geeta ma'am, Manojagrati team for giving me this opportunity to be over here and present my journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Shilpa. Wonderful message, over-define our self-doubts. Now next it's Ms. Rama. Over to you, Rama.
Good afternoon, one and all. My name is Rama Devi, and I'm a special educator freelancer. So I started my Bachelor of Degree. So I have completed my Bachelor of Degree from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, and my special B.Ed. I'm a RCI holder, and I have done my Master's English from Ambedkar Open University. I have completed my Master's in Psychology from IGNOU, and now I'm pursuing food and nutrition course from IGNOU. So, and I'm doing my I completed my diploma from Manojagrati. So now I'm here, standing here in front of you fearlessly because of Manojagrati, because of Dr. Geeta Chanda ma'am. Because I'm not a person that I can speak very frankly and very confidently in front of all. నాకు ఇంత కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ ఇచ్చిన డాక్టర్ గీతా చంద్ర మేడంకి నేను హార్ట్ఫుల్గా థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్తున్నాను. I want to speak in Telugu, please don't mind because so confidentగా నేను మాట్లాడగలుగుతాను తెలుగులో. Yeah, yes sir. So I want to speak in Telugu. So నేను ఇంత ఫియర్లెస్గా ఈరోజు ఇక్కడ స్టాండ్ అయ్యి మీ ముందు నిల్చుంటున్నానంటే బికాస్ ఆఫ్ మ్యామ్ సహాయ కోర్స్ని ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేయడం వల్ల ఆ కోర్సులో చాలా నేర్చుకోవడం జరిగింది. అండ్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ నేను బాట్ అప్ ఇన్ మిడిల్ క్లాస్ ఫ్యామిలీ, ఎడ్యుకేషన్ సరిగ్గా ఉండేది కాదు. సో మై మదర్ సెడ్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఇంటర్మీడియట్ సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు స్టాప్ యువర్ స్టడీస్. బట్ అది నాకు ఎప్పుడు బ్యారియర్గా అనిపించలేదు. అంబేద్కర్ ఓపెన్ యూనివర్సిటీ హెల్ప్ చేసింది నాకు నా ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్ళడానికి. అంబేద్కర్ ఓపెన్ యూనివర్సిటీ కానీ ఇగ్నో యూనివర్సిటీస్ కానీ helped me a lot. And 1 month I have done my 1 month program child psychometric testing from Dr. Chitrang ma'am, and thank you so much ma'am for giving such a wonderful 1 month training program. చాలా నేర్చుకున్నాను, ఎన్నో అసెస్మెంట్స్, అండ్ మ్యామ్ ఇస్ వెరీ పేషెంట్లీ ఎన్ని డౌట్స్ వచ్చినా చాలా బాగా మాకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసేవారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ మ్యామ్. అండ్ ఐ వర్క్ యాజ్ అ స్పెషల్ ఎడ్యుకేటర్ in a special school. కానీ నేను అప్పుడు బిఎడ్ చేయలేదండి. ఐ గాన్ దేర్ ఫర్ జస్ట్ అన్ఇంటెన్షనల్లీ స్కూల్కి వెళ్ళాను. అక్కడ కిడ్స్ని చూసి నేను నిజంగా వాళ్ళ ప్రేమలో పడిపోయాను. నిజంగా ఎవరెవరు ఎన్నెన్నో ప్రేమలో పడతారు కానీ నేను కిడ్స్ ప్రేమలో పడిపోయాను. బికాస్ నాకు కిడ్స్ అంటే చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి ఇష్టం, కానీ ఆ స్పెషల్ కిడ్స్ చూసి వాళ్ళ అన్కండిషనల్ లవ్ చూసి ఐ థాట్ ఆఫ్ డూయింగ్ మై స్పెషల్ బిఎడ్. అక్కడి నుంచి నా స్టార్ట్ అయ్యింది నా స్పెషల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ జర్నీ. ఐ స్పెషల్ బిఎడ్ చేశాను హరిప్రసాద్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ నుంచి. అండ్ ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ 2017 తర్వాత ఐ కేమ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ద స్కూల్. బట్ పేరెంట్స్ నన్ను వదలలేదు అనమాట. రమా మీరు ఎక్కడున్నారు, జస్ట్ I wanted classes. We want classes from you. So then, oh, sorry, this is not working. And these are my kids, my beautiful kids, my wonderful kids. Everybody are talented, everybody are unique, everybody are good in their place. Uh, Factors and motivations. My parents are my motivations to pursue psychology. I want to become a shoulder for them. So psychology చేసి వాళ్ళకి కొంచెం నేను కౌన్సిలింగ్ ఇస్తే కొంచెం వాళ్ళు హ్యాపీ ఫీల్ అవుతారు అండ్ ఐ థింక్ వాళ్ళు డిప్రెస్డ్గా ఉంటారు, స్ట్రెస్డ్ అవుట్ ఉంటారు. మై వర్డ్స్, మై కౌన్సిలింగ్ వర్డ్స్ అండ్ నాకున్న ఏమైనా స్కిల్స్ వాళ్ళకి హెల్ప్ అవుతుందని నేను మోటివేట్ వాళ్ళ ద్వారా అవ్వడం జరిగింది. అండ్ ఛాలెంజెస్, యా, బీయింగ్ ఎ మదర్ ఆఫ్ 2 kids, it's not easy. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, ma'am.
Thank you, Rama. Next we have Mrs. Lakshmi Prasanna. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon to you all. I am Lakshmi Prasanna. Working as a counseling psychologist. Now I am becoming a transformational speaker from few days onwards. Sorry. ఓకే, యాక్చువల్గా నేను మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ నుంచి వచ్చానండి. ప్యూర్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ అండ్ అప్లైడ్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్లో మాస్టర్స్ డిగ్రీ ఆంధ్ర యూనివర్సిటీ నుంచి చేశాను. యాక్చువల్గా నేను ఒక హౌస్ వైఫ్గా ఉండాలని మా పేరెంట్స్ కోరిక. ఎందుకంటే మా పేరెంట్స్ ఇద్దరు కూడా ఎప్పుడు దూర దూర ప్రదేశాల్లో ఉండేవాళ్ళు, ఇద్దరు వర్కింగ్. సో మా పిల్లలు అలా కష్టపడకూడదు అని చెప్పి మా తరం సాక్రిఫైస్ చేస్తే మేబీ వాళ్ళు హ్యాపీగా ఉంటారేమో భార్య భర్తలు అన్న ఉద్దేశంతో చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి అదే చెప్పారు నాకు. నేను కష్టపడకుండా ఉండే విధంగా చూసే వ్యక్తికి, అంటే నువ్వు ఉద్యోగం చేస్తే తప్ప ఇంట్లో గడవని పరిస్థితిలో ఉండే వ్యక్తికి నిన్ను చేయమమ్మా, నువ్వు చక్కగా హ్యాపీగా లైఫ్ని లీడ్ చెయ్యి అని చెప్పారు. ఎందుకంటే సో 3 minutes ఓకే అని చెప్పారు. చెప్తే అప్పటి నుంచి అలాగే ఉన్నా. కానీ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ 2 personal experiences I have chosen my path as psychology. మా డాటర్ 4 years ఏజ్లో స్కూల్కి వెళ్ళడానికి 6 months చాలా ఏడ్చేది. నాకు అర్థమయ్యేది కాదు. తను డాటర్గా 4 years అయితే నేను కూడా మదర్గా 4 years నాకు అర్థం చేసుకోవడం కష్టమయ్యేది. ఆ తర్వాత నాకు అనిపించింది తను అంత ఏడుస్తుంటే ఇంత ఇబ్బంది పెట్టాలి ఇంత చిన్నపిల్లని. 15 years వస్తే ప్రైవేట్గా 10th class, 18 years వస్తే ప్రైవేట్గా డిగ్రీ చేయిద్దాము, ఇంట్లోనే ఉంచుదాం, తను అంత బాధ పెట్టాలా అని ఒక మదర్గా ఆ రోజు ఫీల్ అయ్యాను. కానీ మళ్ళీ అనిపించింది తను ఇంట్లోనే 4 గోడల మధ్య ఉంచేస్తే సోషల్గా తను ఎలాగా డెవలప్ అవుతుంది, సోషల్ స్కిల్స్ ఎలా ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకుంటుంది అని అనిపించి ఏంటి నా నెక్స్ట్ పాత్ ఏంటి అని ఆలోచిస్తే సైకాలజీ నాకు కనపడింది ఒక టూల్ లాగా. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం నా క్లోజ్ ఫ్రెండ్ వాళ్ళ సన్ హ్యాంగ్ చేస్తున్నాడు, ఇంట్లో హ్యాంగ్ చేస్తున్నాడు. ఈ రోజుకి కారణం ఏంటో వాళ్ళకి తెలియదు. కానీ ఒకటి నాకు అనిపించింది, ఒకళ్ళు పెయిన్ ఎండ్ చేసుకోవాలని వాళ్ళ లైఫ్ తీసేసుకుంటారు. కానీ వాళ్ళకి తెలియదు అప్పుడు ఆ పెయిన్ని వాళ్ళ చుట్టూ ఉండే ఇంకొక నలుగురికి పంచి వాళ్ళు వెళ్ళిపోతారు. అది వాళ్ళకి తెలియదు. ఈ రోజుకి ఆ పేరెంట్స్ ఆ బాబు ఎందుకు చచ్చిపోయాడో అర్థం కాక స్టిల్ ఆ పెయిన్ని భరిస్తూ చస్తూ బ్రతుకుతున్నారు. సో నేను సైకాలజీ చూస్ చేసుకొని అలాగే సూసైడల్ ప్రివెన్షన్ చేయడానికి నాకు ఏదైనా సోర్స్ ఉందా అని ఆలోచిస్తే నాకు కనపడింది రోషిని ఎన్జిఓ. దాంట్లో నేను చేరాను. ఒక సైకాలజిస్ట్గా కొన్ని టెక్నిక్స్ కానీ వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చిన ట్రైనింగ్ కానీ నేను తీసుకొని ముందుకెళ్ళాను. అలాగే మనోజాగృతిలో నేను చేరి ఒక కౌన్సిలర్గా బేసిక్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ స్కిల్స్ నేర్చుకున్నాను. తర్వాత నిరంజన్ రెడ్డి గారి దగ్గర, వెంకట సుబ్బయ్య గారి దగ్గర ఇంటర్న్షిప్ చేశాను. సిబిటి, ఎన్ఎల్పి కూడా నేర్చుకొని నా కౌన్సిలింగ్లో దాన్ని ఉపయోగిస్తున్నాను. నా మెయిన్ మోటివేషన్ అండ్ ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ మై డాటర్ అండ్ మై ఫ్రెండ్స్ సన్. పైగా నాకు చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి ఎదుటి వాళ్ళ అభిప్రాయాల మీద ఎమోషన్స్ మీద చాలా కేర్ ఉండేది. సో నేను ఈ పాత్రకి పర్ఫెక్ట్ ఏమో అన్న ఉద్దేశంతో ఈ పాత్రలోకి వచ్చాను. ఇంకా నా సపోర్ట్ అన్నీ కూడా నా ఫ్యామిలీ, ముఖ్యంగా రోషిని అనేది నాకు ఒక పెద్ద ఐడెంటిటీ ఇచ్చింది. గీతా చెల్ల మ్యామ్, వెంకట్ సుబ్బయ్య గారు, అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం లేట్ నిరంజన్ రెడ్డి గారు నాకు చాలా చాలా మంచి ట్రైనింగ్ ఇవ్వడం వల్ల అవన్నీ నేను నా కెరీర్లో యూజ్ చేసుకొని నా క్లయింట్స్ని సక్సెస్ఫుల్గా ముందుకు పంపడానికి నేను సక్సెస్ అయ్యానండి. నేను 52 మెంబర్స్ని లైఫ్ సేవ్ చేస్తానని గర్వంగా చెప్పుకుంటున్నాను ఈ సందర్భంగా. దిస్ ఈజ్ మై లైఫ్ జర్నీ అండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
Thank you, Lakshmi ma'am. Next is Veera sir.
Good afternoon. I am Dira. I am a counseling psychologist, and my passion is pre and post marital counseling. What brings me here? So, I did my masters at the age of 57. That's where I got an opportunity to pursue my psychology. And I did that from B.R. Ambedkar Open University, a wonderful university where the textbooks are good and the faculty is good. మీరు ఎంత ఇంట్రెస్ట్ చూపిస్తే వాళ్ళు మీరు అంత ఇంట్రెస్ట్ చూపిస్తారు. An excellent university for anyone to do it when they are pursuing something else. I was a banker. I was pursuing my career as a banker. Then simultaneously I was doing my masters in psychology. And as I was doing, completed my first year of masters, I didn't know what happens if a person comes and sits in front of me. Etla counsel cheyali. Then one of my friends have recommended Geeta ma'am. I interacted with her. In fact, I was very rude with her in my first interaction. I challenged her, are you going to make me a proper psychologist? Only then I am going to join your courses. Thank you ma'am, sorry I was rude. But then she put all her heart to give us the best course, that is basic counseling skills, a 6 months course, which has enabled me to be a very confident counselor. If I am standing in front of you, thanks to Geeta ma'am. And as I was doing counseling, we had clients coming in and then they never used to open up. बात नहीं करते थे, कुछ भी पूछो, they used to be silent. That prompted me to do my art therapy. I did with Banjara Academy, and after that I did my PG diploma in family and marital counseling. That is the turning point. That showed me direction into marital counseling. Subsequently, I did lot of certifications only to know how best I can deliver to the couples who are coming to me. I did my diplomas in grief loss therapy, which will help me to experience what that couple is going through. These certifications really help me to move further as a counselor. And like everyone, I did my graduation, and then when I wanted to pursue my masters in psychology, my dad said, "Buddhanda neeku evaru pillali varnadu paisal ravu. Go do a government job." So I landed up in bank. I worked there for 37 years, but my heart was never in the bank. I progressed. I became a manager IT. I had a big team. Still, I was not happy doing the service there. That's where I came into my psychology, and I chose as a marriage counselor because I want to have oneness in families. And for me, seeing children who are in distress was not acceptable. I started counseling, and the most happiest thing for me is I could unite a couple who were separated for 3 years. They were staying away for 3 years, and they were back. And when I see the smile on the children's face, that really fills my heart. Thank you. And if I am here in this, it's because of these wonderful families who stay together and for the oneness. Thank you all.
So nice, Dira sir, to hear, and I loved his motto, oneness in family. That is really inspiring, having one mission in your life. That was so good to hear. Next, it's Anita. Miss Anita.
Good afternoon, everyone. Namaste. My name is Anita. I am yoga and mental health trainer. I completed BA and MA from Andhra University. After that, some yoga courses from yoga therapy and prenatal yoga and some yoga certificate course also in Kaivalya Yoga Vijnana Kendra. After that, I completed PG Diploma in Yoga and MSc Yoga from Annamalai University. నేను నా ప్రొఫెషన్ని యోగాగా తీసుకోవడానికి రీజన్ ఏంటంటే ఒక నేను రొమటైడ్ ఆర్థరైటిస్తో చాలా సఫర్ అయ్యేదాన్ని. అంటే మార్నింగ్ లేచి నా పనులు చేసుకోవడానికి కానీ ఈవెన్ బ్రష్ చేయడం కూడా చాలా ఇబ్బంది పడేదాన్ని. నేను అంటే నాకు కొంచెం స్ట్రెస్ లెవెల్స్ అప్పుడు ఎక్కువగా ఉండేది. బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ఐ లాస్ట్ మై హస్బెండ్, చిన్న పిల్లలు అనమాట. కానీ నేను హైదరాబాద్ వచ్చి జాబ్ చేసి పిల్లల్ని చూసుకోవాలని చాలా ఇబ్బంది పడేదాన్ని. లేదు, నేను ఇది జయించాలి, నేను మంచిగా అవ్వాలి, పిల్లల్ని చూసుకోవాలని నాలో ఉంచి నేను యోగా రెగ్యులర్గా యోగా చేస్తూ ప్రాణాయామ మెడిటేషన్ చేస్తూ నన్ను నేను పూర్తిగా నయం చేసుకున్నాను. ఆ ఆర్య ఫ్యాక్టర్ పాజిటివ్ వస్తే మళ్ళీ పోదు అని నేను చాలా మంది విన్నాను. కానీ ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఆర్య పాజిటివ్ నుంచి నెగిటివ్ వచ్చింది. నేను ఇది చాలా ఇన్స్పిరేషన్గా నన్ను నేను తీసుకుని యోగా ఎంత హెల్ప్ చేస్తుంది కదా అని చెప్పేసి నేను యోగాని ప్రొఫెషన్గా తీసుకున్నాను. 12 years నుంచి ఈ ప్రొఫెషన్లో ఉన్నాను. నాలో ఎవరైతే సఫర్ అయ్యారో, ఈవెన్ పార్కిన్సన్, పారాలసిస్, స్ట్రోక్, ఇప్పుడు ప్రజెంట్ డీల్ చేస్తున్నాను రొమటైడ్ ఆర్థరైటిస్ క్లయింట్స్ తిని, వాళ్ళు కూడా బెటర్గా వస్తున్నప్పుడు నేను చాలా హ్యాపీగా ఫీల్ అవుతున్నాను. యోగా నుంచి నేను చేస్తున్న తర్వాత కొన్ని రోజుల తర్వాత వాళ్ళు చాలా బెటర్గా అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మన బ్యాక్ వెళ్ళిపోయేవాళ్ళు. ఏంటి ఇలా అవుతున్నారంటే సమ్ నెగిటివ్ థాట్స్, ఓవర్ థింకింగ్, స్ట్రెస్ ఇట్లా. అయితే నేను కొంచెం నాకున్న నాలెడ్జ్తో కొద్దిగా కౌన్సిలింగ్ చేసేదాన్ని. కానీ ఇంకా బెటర్గా చేయాలి, కౌన్సిలింగ్ తెలుసుకోవాలి, సైకాలజీ తెలుసుకోవాలని చెప్పేసి నేను ఎంఎస్సీ సైకాలజీ ఫ్రమ్ అంబేద్కర్ యూనివర్సిటీ, తర్వాత పీజీ డిప్లొమా ఇన్ మనోజాగృతి మేడం నుంచి నేను చాలా కౌన్సిలింగ్ స్కిల్స్ నేర్చుకున్నాను. ఎలా మాట్లాడాలి, ఎలాగ సింపతి చూపించాలి, వాళ్ళతో ఎలా కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలి, ఇది నాకు చాలా హెల్ప్ అయ్యింది. ఇప్పుడు నేను యోగా ద్వారా ఫిజికల్ హెల్త్ అండ్ మెంటల్ హెల్త్ కూడా నయం చేసే దానిలాగా తయారైందంటే బికాజ్ ఆఫ్ గీతా మేడం అండ్ వాళ్ళ టీం అంతా మాకు నేర్పించిన స్కిల్స్. తర్వాత నేను చాలా సర్టిఫికేట్ కోర్సెస్ చేశాను, యోగా, ప్రెనాటల్ యోగా అండ్ అంటే నేను అనుకుంటాను బాడీ, మైండ్, సోల్ ఈ మూడింటికి కూడా నేను ఉపయోగపడాలంటే నేను స్కిల్స్ డెవలప్ చేసుకోవాలి అని చెప్పేసి నేను చాలా కోర్సెస్ రేకి హీలింగ్, పాస్ట్ లైఫ్ రిగ్రెషన్ థెరపీ, ఇన్నర్ చైల్డ్ హీలింగ్ కోర్సెస్ చేశాను. ఎస్, ఇలా నేను ఏదైతే ఆ సఫరింగ్ నుంచి ఆ బాధ నుంచి నేను బయటకు వచ్చానో, ఇలాగా ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళని బయటకు తీసుకురావడానికి నేను ఉపయోగపడుతున్నానంటే బికాజ్ ఆఫ్ చాలా మంది గురువుస్ నాకు హెల్ప్ చేశారు, చాలా నాలెడ్జ్ నేర్పించారు యోగాలో అండ్ సైకాలజీలో. నేను ఇప్పుడు నన్ను నేను బాగా చేసుకుంటూ ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ కొంచెం కష్టమే, అంటే ఫ్యామిలీ, పిల్లలు చూసుకుంటూ, కెరీర్ చూసుకుంటూ, ఫైనాన్స్ చూసుకుంటూ, అయినా కూడా నేను అన్ని జయించి ఇప్పుడు ఇలా నిలబడి మీతో చెప్పగలుగుతున్నానంటే నా ఎడ్యుకేషన్స్, గురువుస్ అండ్ అంత చాలా మంది నాకు సపోర్ట్ చేశారు. ఫ్యామిలీ కూడా చాలా సపోర్ట్ చేశారు. మా పిల్లలిద్దరు కూడా నన్ను చదువుకోమని తన వాళ్ళ పనులు వాళ్ళు చేసుకున్న వాళ్ళు. నేను అందరికీ గ్రాటిట్యూడ్ చెప్తున్నాను, ఇంత నాలెడ్జ్ నాకు ఇచ్చి నన్ను ఇలా నడిపించినందుకు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
Thank you, Anita. Yeah, she works in a field that clubs physical wellness and mental wellness. That was a good initiative on her behalf. Next we have Rudra, Ms. Rudra.
A very good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm Dara and I've completed my now I'm currently working as a rehabilitation psychologist and a behavior therapist. And I've completed my graduation in psychology, then one more graduation in BSc BSc, that is botany, zoology and chemistry, while all simultaneously while I was doing my bachelor's in dental surgery. Then again, I've completed my master's in psychology from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University. Now I'm currently pursuing MA in sociology from Osmania University. So even though I have three graduations, I never really got to do professionally go forward. Like I never really got an opportunity to work or be a bread earner for the family because of various conditions. And right after COVID, that's when I actually learned that it's something called mental health that is more important than equally important to the physical and dental and any other health as well. Because I was completely locked in a home all alone with my parents living literally hundreds of kilometers away from me. And that's when I decided that working on something that we do not see is more and equally important than working and treating something we can see and operate on. Then coming to the masters, it was very hard for me to complete my masters because I was going through a lot of domestic violence and it was just an indescribable pain out of which I could only come out of with the help of Dr. Gita Madam. And she's the reason for me to stand here today currently and to talk like this or to be independently come out of our toxic relationship and be alive. To be true, Gita ma'am has birthed a lot of students. She has birthed me as a human and she has given me a rebirth to live. She has built that confidence and birthed that confidence in me to live again, come out and work. So even though I had these graduations, I started my career as a psychologist after my master's in psychology. So when I got into my master's in psychology, I couldn't complete it like in semesters or anything because I was completely locked and kept in a belief that I had only two options in front of me. Either you work or just stay home, or else you'll be divorced and sent to your home. And that's when I decided, I couldn't even understand that it's toxic. That's when Gita ma'am, I could meet her and she made me understand what I was actually going through. And 2 years I did not study or touch any books, but with the help of Sahaya, where we also were taught a lot of theory classes and practical classes online and offline as well. Only because of that, I could in just one attempt complete and finish 10 subjects in single attempt, both practicals and my theory exams. Now I currently work as a behavior therapist and I'm also coordinator and senior guide and a trainer at a rehabilitation center in Guntur. Yeah. So my experience and emotional connections to psychology is that's just what I could tell. It's a rebirth to me, and this is the first chance to live. I never got a chance to actually live, and psychology and Gita ma'am has given me an opportunity to live again. This is the first chance. Everybody has a second chance to live, but I never actually got a chance. I was always looking for somebody in somebody's life. But as a psychologist and a behavior therapist, this is my first opportunity to live. Glory all to the God and gratitude to Gita. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful to hear from you, Rudra. Live your life first before you transform somebody else's. Next, we have Dr. Suma. Suma ma'am, over to you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dr. Suma. I'm a dental surgeon first and a psychologist. How did I start my profession? So when I entered the dental school, the first words I heard was, I can't hold my, okay, the first words I heard was dental mental. Oh, दांत तोड़ने का है क्या? Degree क्यों चाहिए? This is what I heard. So this got embedded into my head. Little did I realize that this one day is going to change my life. So when after I finished my dental course, I was chasing a post-graduation so that I could teach and change this. So for self-validation, I went on doing my courses, This is all that I did. Went to Italy, went everywhere, chase, did courses to make sure that whatever I did right. So as I went, during my dental life or during my career in this field, which was almost 30 years, I saw patients coming in with extensive dental breakdown, and somewhere it was not relating. It seemed like the tip of an iceberg. I probed a little bit, and there I saw that there was a lot of psychological issues. It was related to psychological issues. So now I was not equipped to handle these cases with just the dental aspects. So what did I do? That's what the dental mental went on in my head. And that's where I landed. I came into this field, went ahead, did all these courses to get it right. Why? I needed to know how I could handle these patients in a very holistic way. Just handling the dental aspect was not good enough because these were the things that actually motivated me to do this course as I was doing, as I told you, in a holistic way. The motivation was to enhance patient communication. I became a better communicator. I was able to help patients express themselves better. Then treatment outcomes. Ultimately, when I'm going to do, if it has to be successful, the patient has to cooperate, isn't it? If they are in this state where there is depression, where their oral hygienes are really bad because of the personal hygiene, probably, how could I help these patients? So these were the things that actually motivated me. Another thing was my own stress. Managing dental is actually very physically and mentally taxing. So those were the things, and self-growth. So challenges for me was, because I'm from both the fields, it's like patients know that I'm a psychologist and they start ventilating. What happens to my time for treatment? It gets extended. So that was what the issue was. Time management, then dual roles. Sometimes it's so overwhelming moving between the two fields. Then boundaries, they're very blurred here. When do I become a psychologist? When am I a dental surgeon? So these were all the issues. So my connections with psychology was self-transformation, learning to be a good listener. Sometimes it's a disadvantage for me. Awareness, compassion, and it's a very fulfilling field doing both this. This is where I am. This is the last. I am an athlete too. I use this. I promote physical, taking up to some physical activity because a lot of dopamine and all the good chemicals are released, and that would make the person feel better. The joy of learning is what I believe in. Thank you so much for your patient listening. One last thing that I have to say was the limitation of dentistry led to liberation through psychology. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. It's unimaginable that psychology can impact your tooth too. So, dental mental connection. Thanks, Suma ma'am, for your insightful presentation. Next, we have Mr. Chitrang. Can I have Mr. Chitrang? Yeah, over to you.
First of all, thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Anita, for organizing this event in such short notice. Like bringing such a small community together is very difficult, and I just feel very grateful to be here. Uh, so, my, my name is Chitrang. I'm a wellness coach right now. But my journey in psychology had begun very freshly, I'm a fresh psychologist in the field. So actually before coming here, I was feeling that my journey has been a very unconventional trajectory in the field of psychology. But coming here, meeting everyone here, listening to the stories, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like home actually. It feels like that all of us are, here somewhere trying to figure out our life, figure out other people's lives, and it's just an exploration for all of us. So I'm glad that I resonate with each one of you on that level. And coming from a background of having medical with maths in my 12th grade, I was preparing for to be a doctor, although I wasn't, was pushed by the society into that field like many of us have. Couldn't visualize myself as being a doctor and couldn't get into a desired college. Somehow I landed up in the University of Delhi, fortunately, and discovered that we can actually take an elective of any subject from any other department in the college and then pursue higher education in that particular field. So going to the first class of my elective in general psychology, I just rediscovered myself, as I like to call it, because that class gave me a lot of validation about a lot of things that were not really common knowledge. They were actually psychological knowledge that one needs to uncover either through experiences or through trainings. So in the very class, I decided that I'm gonna uh, pursue a career. If I'm gonna pursue a career, it's gonna be in this field. And while doing a bachelor's in management studies, I in the final year of my graduation, I cracked the exam for one of the most prestigious institutes in the country, that is Sita Institute, and did my master's in applied psychology from there. After that, with the strong urge for knowledge and hunger for knowledge, I continued my professional development and did a diploma in clinical and transpersonal hypnotherapy. After that, a couple of more courses and got a privilege to participate in a training program led by the co-authors of the Rational Emotive Behavioral Therapy, Dr. Devi Ellis, and was part of that program uh, through an online medium, although it was a very experiential and pragmatic learning experience for me. And after that, after practicing this modality in my therapeutic practice, actually I realized that how important it is to imbibe a skill, a therapeutic framework in our own personal lives before practicing it on mass population. So that really gave me a sense of heightened learning. Okay, I know like everyone is hungry, and this is lunchtime. I'll just take another minute to close this. Uh, Okay, so like this is what my professional journey has looked like. I've worked for a couple of corporates. Freelancing also I've done. I've just operated totally remotely until last 2 months that I'm here in Hyderabad working on site as a wellness coach for a corporate, because I felt it's more important to create a human connection looking into the eye rather than a screen. So to learn how to do that more effectively, I came on ground and still learning. Then these are some challenges that I faced during my journey, which is the first being resistance from the family and society, as psychology not being a structured paradigm in our country specifically, it brings in a lot of ambiguity and anxiety along, like how we can make a career out of it. So I think like most of this has been covered by a lot of psychologist has, so I don't want to repeat this, but just want to share one last bit of why I became a psychologist and came to the field is because I realized the need of the decade, which is the this being the pandemic, decade. I realized like the treatment gap is really huge, and people like us who understand emotions and empathy and can convey that to another human being, that's very important in this fast-paced technology-led world. And a lot of personal experiences as well that made me realize the qualities, the skills I possess, and made me create a landmark in the field. In the last 3 years, I've been just counseling people. More than 2,000 people I've counseled and received tremendous, amazing testimonials from them. And I believe to just keep enriching my knowledge and exude that to greater population in the coming years. And yeah, that's my story. Thank you so much.
I'll take a moment to just announce that we have with us our honored, esteemed guest, keynote speaker, Dr. Dr. Shishi Palsapuri. Please give him a big round of applause and welcome him. So we welcome you here, and we'll continue with our session, and we will have you speak after the lunch. So we are really, really very honored to have you. Another big round of applause for Dr. Shishi Palsapuri. Over to you, Rashmi. So the last presenter we have Rashmi. Thanks, Chitrang. I pronounced your name wrong, so sorry for that. Our names are very special, so apologies. Rashmi, over to you. Good afternoon, all. My name is Rashmi. I am a counselor in social welfare schools. సో నేను డిగ్రీ వరకు చదివిన తర్వాత మ్యారేజ్ చేసుకోవడం జరిగింది. సో కానీ చిన్నప్పటి నుండి మా పేరెంట్స్కి ఏంటంటే నేను బాగా చదువుకొని కెరీర్ ఆప్ చేసుకోవాలనేది వాళ్ళ కోరిక. కానీ నేను లవ్ మ్యారేజ్ చేసుకోవడం జరిగింది డిగ్రీ తర్వాత. కానీ నాకు అది ఎప్పుడు ఉండేది మనసులో, నేను చదువుకొని కెరీర్ని మళ్ళీ రీస్టార్ట్ చేయాలని. సో ఇద్దరు పిల్లలు పుట్టిన తర్వాత నేను మా బాబు 1 year ఉన్నప్పుడు నేను సెర్చ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. ఇప్పుడు కొత్తగా నేను వచ్చేసి సైన్స్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ నుండి బీఎస్సీ చేశాను. సో ఏం సబ్జెక్ట్ నేను తీసుకుంటే బాగుంటుందని సెర్చ్ చేసినప్పుడు నాకు చిన్నప్పటి నుండి సైకాలజీ మీద ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంది. అంటే ఒక్కొక్క మనుషులు ఒక్కొక్క సిచ్యువేషన్లో ఎందుకు ఒక్కొక్కలాగా బిహేవ్ చేస్తారు, వాళ్ళు ఎందుకు బాధలో ఉంటారు, వాళ్ళని ఎలా మనం ఓదార్చగలుగుతాం, వాళ్ళకి మనం ఎలా హెల్ప్ చేయగలుగుతాం అనే ఆలోచన నాకు చిన్నప్పటి నుండి ఉండేది. ఎందుకంటే మా మమ్మీ ఇంట్లో వాళ్ళ ఇన్లాస్ నుండి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఫేస్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆమెను ఎలా ఓదార్చాలి, ఎలా చేయాలని నేను చిన్న వయసులో ఉన్నాను కాబట్టి నాకు అప్పుడు తెలియదు. సో దాన్ని ఏ విధంగా మనం ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్ళొచ్చు అనేది నా మనసులో చిన్నప్పటి నుండి ఉంది. సో అది నేను ఏం చేశానంటే పెద్ద అయిన తర్వాత సైకాలజీ చదవాలనేది నాకు ఒక మోటివేషన్గా అది ఉంది. ఇంకా అంతేకాకుండా నేను నా సెకండ్ ఇన్నింగ్స్ స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు నాకు అది సైకాలజీలో చాలా ఆపర్చునిటీస్ అనేది కనిపించాయి. ఇంకా సోషల్గా కూడా మనము వేరే వాళ్ళకి హెల్ప్ఫుల్గా కూడా ఉండొచ్చు అనేది నాకు అనిపించింది. సో అప్పుడు నేను సెర్చ్ చేసి ఎంఎస్సి సైకాలజీ అంబేద్కర్ యూనివర్సిటీలో జాయిన్ అవ్వడం జరిగింది. దాని తర్వాత పీజీ డిప్లొమా చైల్డ్ సైకాలజీ, పీజీ డిప్లొమా ఫ్యామిలీ అండ్ మ్యారేజ్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ ఉస్మానియా యూనివర్సిటీస్ నుండి చేయడం జరిగింది. వీటితో పాటు నేను చైల్డ్ సైకాలజీ చేసేటప్పుడు కౌన్సిలింగ్ స్కిల్స్ నేను ఎలా డెవలప్ చేసుకోవాలని అనుకున్నప్పుడు ఒక ఫ్రెండ్ ద్వారా నాకు గీతా మ్యామ్ గురించి తెలిసింది. సో మేము కండక్ట్ చేసినటువంటి బేసిక్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ స్కిల్స్ని నేను 6 months కోర్స్గా తీసుకొని దాంట్లో నేను నా కౌన్సిలింగ్ స్కిల్స్ని చాలా డెవలప్ చేసుకున్నాను. ఈ కౌన్సిలింగ్స్ని, ఈ సైకాలజీ పాత్ని నేను ఎంచుకోవడం ద్వారా నా ఓన్ ఎమోషన్స్ని, నా ఓన్ స్ట్రెస్ని ఏ విధంగా నేను కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, ఏ విధంగా మేనేజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అనేదే కాకుండా సైకాలజీ చేయకముందు ఎవరైనా ఇబ్బందుల్లో ఉంటే వాళ్ళని నేను సింపతితో చూసేదాన్ని. కానీ ఎప్పుడైతే నేను సైకాలజీ చేశానో ఎంపతితో చూడడం నాకు అలవాటైంది. ఎంపతితో వాళ్ళని ఏ విధంగా చూడొచ్చు, వాళ్ళకి ఏ విధంగా మనము హెల్ప్ చేయొచ్చు అనేది నాకు అర్థమైంది. సో నేను సోషల్ వెల్ఫేర్ స్కూల్స్లో వర్క్ చేసినప్పుడు సూర్యాపేట ఇంకా నల్గొండ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్లో ఉన్నటువంటి 11 గర్ల్స్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్లో నేను సోషల్ వెల్ఫేర్ కౌన్సిలర్గా పనిచేస్తున్నాను. సో ఈ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్లో ఏంటి అంటే విలేజ్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ నుండి అన్ఎడ్యుకేటెడ్ పేరెంట్స్ నుండి పిల్లలు రావడం జరుగుతుంది. సో వాళ్ళకి మెంటల్ హెల్త్ అనేది అసలు మెంటల్ హెల్త్ గురించి వాళ్ళకి ఏమాత్రం కూడా తెలియదు. సో సో టీచర్స్కి కానీ అక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి పేరెంట్స్కి కానీ ట్రైనింగ్ సెషన్స్ అనేటివి కండక్ట్ చేసి మెంటల్ హెల్త్ గురించి అవేర్నెస్ వాళ్ళకి ఆ మెంటల్ హెల్త్ యొక్క ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఏంటనేది చెప్పడం జరుగుతుంది. అంతేకాకుండా అక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి స్టూడెంట్స్ కూడా గ్రూప్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ ద్వారా వాళ్ళకి ఏవైతే సమస్యలు ఉంటాయో అడ్జస్ట్మెంట్ ఇష్యూస్ కావచ్చు, హోమ్ సిక్ ఇష్యూస్ కావచ్చు, వాటిని చెప్పినప్పుడు ఎవరైతే ఇష్యూస్ ఫేస్ చేస్తున్నారో వాళ్ళు నా దగ్గరికి ఇండివిజువల్ సెషన్స్ కోసం వచ్చినప్పుడు మనం కౌన్సిలింగ్ ద్వారా వాళ్ళకి హెల్ప్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. థ్యాంక్ యూ గీతా మ్యామ్.
Thanks, Rashmi. This was a last presentation from session 2. I would like to request Dr. Chitrang, please ma'am, please give your feedback or share your insights with all of us.
Thank you all, and thank you Geeta Chandra ma'am and Mano Jagrati for inviting us for this event. I'm really grateful to her, and I'm truly inspired by hearing all of your stories. But somehow I felt like dyslexic. Why? Because I'm more of a Hindi and English person. So Telugu felt me like a dyslexic, but your mind-body connection and a heart connection, so I could connect with your stories. So that was truly inspiring, and how single psychology you are into different fields. Some saying dental, mental. So that was really good. So being like from a OT background, then like psychology background, so I could connect more that physical, mental, emotional aspect, all are important. So thank you all for sharing your stories.
Ready. Ready.
Thank you for your insightful contributions. And thank you to all the presenters and Dr. Chitrang ma'am for being the session chair. We will now go for a break for lunch. And the lunch is arranged right opposite the auditorium. We will promptly be back around 1:45 as our keynote speaker, Dr. Shishir Pansapuri, will have his keynote address. So let's go for a break and promptly get back at 1:45. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let me just give you a quick preview what to look forward post lunch. Post lunch, we will have our keynote address by Dr. Shishir, followed by Q&A session. After that, we will have our panel discussion, and then we are going to move forward to our session 3 presentations. So we request you all to promptly get back by 1:45 p.m. Thank you.
जो पानी की अप्लाई कर रहा है इसको थोड़ा ऊपर रखिए आप, क्योंकि मैंने देखा लाइट में जो अगर कोई छोटा खड़ा है ना, दिस पर्सन डजंट शो, दिखता ही नहीं है। हाँ? नहीं हो सकता ना, लेकिन माइक नहीं आएगा तो आ नहीं पाएंगे, और लोग छोटे छोटे हैं, तो अगर आपको इनको दिखाना है तो इसको थोड़ा सा ऊपर रखिए, किसी जस्ट लाइक मेक लिटिल मूव, कैन यू डू दैट? हाँ हाँ, नहीं करो, कुछ भी आएगा, क्योंकि लोग ही नहीं दिखेगा तो पता ही नहीं चलेगा कौन बात कर रहा है जी।